While we're on the subject of cameras, I thought I'd show you a couple of quick tricks that might help you out. One of the things that I like to do is get an overhead view so that I can very quickly go to that view, and then I might, for example, want to drive the car around. In fact, let's just drive the car around real quickly here and record that session, and then I'll show you how this could be quite useful. Click on our control button here, and using the current view, and I'm in free camera right now, what I'm going to do is to switch to live mode, tell it to automatically record, and then I'm just going to do a little bit of driving here. So we'll kind of drive out here and maybe come on out and make a little maneuver like this. Another turn like this, make this one a little bit sharper. And we'll make a tight turn here. And we'll park next to our character. Okay, and chances are that last one, I'm going to stop recording here. Chances are you can see here that we're midway through this here. So what it's going to do is when I click here and as I move the cursor back, it's going to stop right there. It's not going to get all the way up to him. So I'll just come here, I'll hit N to add one more. And then I can position this with the move tool. We'll just come down here and we'll just move this maybe right here and make that our last position, so that as we come in now we can come right up to him. And you can see that the wheel isn't quite turning right, so let's adjust that. We'll adjust that rotation too. Otherwise it looks like he just kind of slid in there, which might be what we would want, but in this case I won't actually do that. So I've got the rotation tool here, and let's see, click out here like this and just rotate him a little bit, and then that way when we come in it looks like he deliberately moved over there. That might have even needed a little bit more rotation on it. Okay, let's get right on the one that you want to get on, and I double clicked up here to do this, and with my rotation tool still selected, and you'll notice we're not seeing the icon. Oh, there it is, now it's coming in. I didn't actually click anything, I just went outside the window and came back in, and then it found itself. So we'll just add a little more rotation, maybe like that, and then let's just see how that looks. That looks better. Okay, so now we have this recording made. And let's turn on the animation pathway so we can actually see it. Okay, now let's say that we want to come back to this view at different times, and we want to be able to get this whole animation pathway in our view and return to it whenever we want. What I'm going to do is I'm just using the mouse wheel, and I'll go to the orbit tool by hitting the O key. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in a little bit and then switch to the hand tool and try and position myself so that I can get in here and just get the whole pathway in. And now what I want to do is be able to come back to this again and again and again. Well, because you only have one free camera, if I change my free camera view, like zoom in on the car or some other part of this, I'd have to then come back later on and reconfigure my free camera in order to see the overhead view. But if I want to return to it frequently, what I would do at this point is I would create a new camera and assign this free camera view that I have here to that new camera's onboard camera, so I can quickly come back to it whenever. So the way to do that is, remember the keyboard shortcut now, and to create a new camera is Option, Command, and hit the C key, and that creates a new camera. Okay, now that we're at that new camera, you can see it also created an opening scene for that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to with that camera selected, I'm going to click this button here to make my free camera position the same as the onboard camera position. Okay, and the only thing that we really see different here is that the camera has that mask around it to let you know you're looking through a camera. So just click on this button here to hide that. Okay, so now we actually have an onboard camera that works for that. So now I can go to the free camera, and maybe what I want to do now is change my view here. I'm going to let's see, use this tool here, and I'm going to zoom in real close. Whoop, too close. Maybe I'll just back up a little bit using my, let's see, I'm using the mouse wheel, and when you use the mouse wheel with the dolly tool you get a different kind of behavior, and this seems to be moving me up and down on the screen. I'm not exactly sure if that's what it does, but if I now press the O key and go to the orbit tool, now I'm actually backing up. If I go to H and the hand tool, that also seems to kind of back me in and out. So you'll notice that your mouse wheel does different things depending on what you're using here. So I'm just changing my view here for my free camera. But we're on the free camera, but we have the camera track selected. So if I go to onboard for that camera, it'll take us right back out quickly to that. And now I can use my free camera any way I want. So that was one trick that I wanted to tell you about cameras. And you can create as many cameras as you want, and you can rename them down here. So I might call this, let's call this aerial top view. So, let's see, I think I misspelled aerial. There, that's more like it. Okay, so now you didn't see the name update here, but if I just click away and then it refreshes itself and it picks that up. Okay, so you could create as many of these as you want, and then whenever you want to use these cameras for any purpose at all, you'll have those additional cameras to quickly snap you to the view that you might want to return to. So the cameras can be useful for a variety of reasons. I mean, you can create cameras for use in animations, but you can just as easily use the cameras just to help you get around so that you can visualize things so that you can come in later on and make modifications. For example, going back here, selecting our car, but we don't actually want to view maybe the onboard camera for that. So what I'll do is I'll go to free camera, go to the aerial top view, select the onboard camera, and now that I've done that, I can quickly select this as my free camera mode, and now I can go back here to the car and then switch to the onboard camera. And so now I can see two different onboard camera views. I'll go to the aerial camera, and with onboard view selected we'll see that. Now we see the onboard view of here, but if I go to the free camera it'll be whatever we left it at the last time.